So today we have two of the best killers going head to head. MCU's Punisher taking on Jason Bourne. Who wins? Let's find out. So, after joining the U.S. Army Special Forces, Jason Bourne rose to the rank of captain until he was abducted into the CIA and put into their Treadstone project. There, he was extensively trained in a wide variety of skills and became an extremely effective fighter and killer. He's able to easily beat groups of men in just a couple of seconds and bested and killed several highly trained killers and agents. His knowledge of fighting is so extensive that he can use basically anything in his environment as a lethal weapon, like pins, telephone wire, and books, and even things like magazines and hand towels. He's also great with firearms, with handguns being his weapon of choice, and he's an excellent shot as well. Like once he was dual wielding two pistols, with one of them he was holding upside down. Despite this, it didn't mess his shot up at all. He was just as accurate with it as he was with the other pistol he was holding correctly. He's an expert at analyzing his surroundings, opponents, and situations. He's in peak physical conditioning, borderlining superhuman. And finally, he's a master strategist, tactician, and marksman as well. But in the other corner, MCU's Punisher, Frank Castle, was in the U.S. Marine Corps. Once he returned home to his wife and two kids, they were all killed in a brutal shooting. He became the violent vigilante known as the Punisher to stop all crime in New York City and to avenge his family's death. Due to years of military experience, he's a very dangerous, lethal, and fierce armed and unarmed combatant. He's held his own against highly skilled fighters like Daredevil, even beating him in their first encounter, swiftly killed multiple prison inmates in a brutal, bloodthirsty fashion, and defeated and killed Agent Orange, Carson Wolf, and Billy Russo. He's also a very deadly shot with virtually every firearm and almost never misses. He's also really good at using his guns while in a hand-to-hand fight. He's a highly skilled knife fighter. He's a highly skilled, effective, and experienced military tactician and strategist. He's strong enough to easily overpower most people, and Daredevil was impressed with his speed and reflexes. He has an extremely high tolerance for pain, especially for a human. He survived being tortured, being beaten to near death, gunshot wounds, stabs, and explosives, and kept on fighting after all of it. Castle has used many firearms and knives throughout his show, and the only armor he wears is his bulletproof vest with his skull logo on it to draw enemy fire to it as well. So, who's stronger? Well, Frank was strong enough to overpower Daredevil, who's peak human, even lifting Matt over his head and slamming him through a ceiling window with a bullet in his bicep. He was knock out a cop with a swift elbow strike and to easily bust down a locked bathroom stall door. But Jason was strong enough to also overpower normal people, kick open a locked door, and to break bones. I'd say they're pretty even here. Frank might have a slight advantage, but not really. So, what about durability? Well, Jason has easily kept on fighting after being thrown through a table, hit over the head with a 10-pound dumbbell, having his head rammed through glass, as well as shrugging off a 6-story fall onto a dead agent, and a crazy car crash that he just walked away from. But Frank is tough enough to keep fighting Daredevil on equal footing after being shot in the bicep, shrugs off 4 tasers before finally dropping to a knee, and he's able to fight and run after a severe beating from the Irish gang and having a hole drilled into his foot. He also wears a bulletproof vest. I'd say Frank takes this advantage here, but not because of his durability or his vest, but because of his crazy, insanely high pain tolerance. He has kept on fighting after withstanding an inhumanely amounts of punishment. I mean, the guy was tortured to near death for hours and severely needed medical attention, and yet he still broke free and violently killed his torturer before someone found him. And now for speed. Jason was fast enough to take out 2 cops in about 4 seconds, kill 3 guys or agents in about 10 seconds, and shoot people before they could even draw their guns. But Frank is fast enough to also shoot people before they could draw their guns, bull rush people before they could draw their weapons, and even Matt Murdock commented on how fast he was. I'd say they're roughly equal in speed as well, so physically they're both very close. So, what about skill? Well, Frank has fought on equal footing with Daredevil in every encounter, even besting him in their first fight. He killed about a dozen inmates in a cramped hallway, fought against Kingpin while his feet were shackled together and chained to a wall, bested and killed Billy Russo, Agent Orange, and Carson Wolf, and he's killed groups of skilled fighters single-handedly before. But Jason took out 2 cops in about 4 seconds, 3 agents in about 10 seconds, and he's knocked out several agents who also went through the Treadstone Project just like him. And he also beat Dash, the most skilled and agile agent there was. Despite hand-to-hand combat being Jason's bread and butter, which it is, I'm giving the slight advantage to Frank because of his brutality. He loves brutalizing people as he kills them. But Jason is more adept in using things in his environment as lethal weapons, like pens, pencils, books, and even hand towels. Now, finally, marksmanship. Both men excel with firearms. Jason once shot an entire clip out of a handgun while it was upside down with 100% accuracy, but Frank was able to quickly turn around, quickly aim, and shoot Daredevil right in between his eyes, and Matt's a casual bullet dodger. And they both have hit consecutive headshots continuously before, like over and over. The only difference here is that Frank is very likely to use his handgun while in a hand-to-hand fight, while Jason Bourne would probably ditch his gun in close quarters. So, who wins? Well, it'd be a very close fight, but I have to go with Frank Castle on this one just because of his pain tolerance and brutality, and the fact that he has no true disadvantages in this fight. I would love to see this fight, especially on the big screen, but the Punisher is winning this one. The Punisher wins. Like and subscribe. Please leave a comment down below, and please hit the notification bell. Hope you have a great day and all that great stuff. See you on the next one. Peace.